I'm just going to be one of those people that records myself doing the dumbest shit imaginable and then post it on YouTube and hope that people watch it. Like it's something eventful. You know, I don't know. It seems like the British have that market cornered. Every time I turn on a really dumb YouTube video, it's a Brit doing it. And not really the Scots. It's generally, the Englanders. It's like you can't even turn on a YouTube video anymore without hearing one of their various dialects, which I can't decipher. I can tell a general English accent, a Scottish accent, Australian accent, an Irish accent. But if you were to say like, somebody from Manchester or somebody from, I don't know, Bristol, I'm just making shit up now. I can't, but I mean, how many people that aren't natives of the United States can tell the difference between like an Ohio accent and a Indiana accent? I don't know. I've lived in Ohio and Indiana. I can't tell the difference either if there is one. So, but to me, Midwest is just talking normal English. Well, that's probably because that's where I'm from. So I still got to do some work in this office, in this space. Clearly going with a little bit of a Star Wars theme here. Start off more of a medieval theme, and it's transitioned into a, kind of like went from that to like a clockwork Victorian steampunk type of look. Had a bunch of clocks on that back wall. Then kind of decided, let's go with the Star Wars theme. Had this great idea to build these Death Star panels, do all this stuff. They've been sitting here for months unfinished. I'm going to try to finish them this week, actually, to get it done. Hey, it's Magnus. So Magnus is what the channel's named after. And he's our cat we rescued. So I'm going to put a video up that maybe 20 people will watch, because it seems like it's so sporadic on the views, and it's like that for a lot of creators. I look at that, and some videos they have thousands of views, some hundreds. And so I'm just trying to continue to put out some varied content. My interests run the gamut on a lot of stuff. So I like wargaming, I like simulations, but also like writing. I like like the board wargaming. I like the sci-fi programming, just movies in general. And it's not relegated to Star Wars. And despite the look, I'm not really a Star Wars fanatic. I know that kind of looks a little strange, but it just went with the theme of the room. Could have easily been Lord of the Rings, or it could have been Warhammer 40K. It could have been historical time periods. Lots of different things. So it just felt like Star Wars was an easy one to put a theme around. Had a couple things just picked up over time. So that's kind of how that ended up happening. Right now it's just a haphazardness of jumbled together back there. So looking at, obviously another big thing is weight training. If you've seen some uploads I've done of our gym we have here, my wife and I have put a lot of effort and finances into our gym, and so we have a very large walkout. Well, I wouldn't say very large, but just a large walkout basement that's fully outfitted. Something we've been started about 10 or 11 years ago. We started when we still lived in Ohio at the time. We were renting a house, and our gym was in our garage. And if you know Ohio, it ranges from super hot and humid to freezing cold. Now we live in Kentucky, relocated for work, but there's still the same sort of climate shift. It's maybe a couple degrees warmer. Yeah, excuse me. And this thing where this eye kind of droops a little. Started when I was still a teenager. I think Edward Longshanks had that same thing, and so it really bothers me. I hate that. I hate the look of it. So, heard you get Botox and it helps with that, but I don't know. I'm not really a vain person, but I just people are very judgmental. So, but back to the gym thing. Me and my wife, we train together. She's been my consistent training partner for several years. Used to be much more serious into the strength athlete, powerlifting, and strongman type of stuff. But anymore it's just general training and everything. And so, almost into my mid 40s now, and so I like to spend that time in the gym or whatever, but it's just it's just fun. So to me, I like doing it, and it's something we both like to do. So we spend a lot of time together doing it, and it's just a part of us. So people spend their money in different ways and everything. People say, well, it's cheaper to have a gym membership, and it's like, yeah, it is. And I was a member of a gym for a long time, and I enjoyed that time. Even when it was very competitive and stuff, I enjoyed it, and it was just when I played sports in school and stuff, I didn't enjoy that. To me, it wasn't. I never, I felt like I was doing it for my father or other people, but when I got older and was doing the strength sports stuff, to me it was very enjoyable. So it was, competitive and pressure and anxiety sometimes, but it was never forgotten. It was fun being in there, and so it's still fun. And so even though it's not about training super heavy and stuff like that, it's much more just general training, bodybuilding style. It's fun. I enjoy doing it. So I have a wide range of interest. Like I said, I really like to write, and I like to do war games, like to do simulations, and gotta straighten up this room. Hopefully have it done. Just got this webcam for Christmas, and I've had one, but it wasn't a very good one. It was just for work meetings and everything. So I spent a lot of time in meetings at work, more time in meetings than working. And so, except when I dodge the meetings and do work, and then everything kind of backs up and it becomes a vicious cycle. So, but this will give me an opportunity to do some more videos. So probably won't be too many views. I'm posting this one for just whatever reason, but I'm not going to do these videos, going forward. It's still going to be based around either, the wargaming, the nuclear war, geopolitics type stuff. Cats, obviously a foundational thing of our thing is Cats, Magnus Division, named after our cat Magnus that we rescued. He was sleeping on our porch. He was super sick. He'd been abandoned by his mother and the rest of the litter. And he was just a tiny little thing. And we had coyotes everywhere. We had, groundhogs. Well, we actually had a groundhog living in our backyard too. And a ton of raccoons, all these different animals. And this little guy, super sick, tiny little thing, just sleeping on our porch. So we took him to the vet, got him healed up. We had 2 cats previously. They were both older females. And, we had this tiny little guy wants to be playful and stuff, and they weren't having it. And so we ended up going and rescuing another cat so we'd have a playmate. So we have Magnus and Odin. And they're 4 years old now. And they're still older. Not quite as crazy, but still pretty crazy. Still like to have a good time. And so I was thinking of a name. This name of this channel crossed a few times, but kind of came up with Magnus Division, this idea of him just riding this tank into this battle or something. Just be hilarious to me. So that's where the channel comes from. And so, yeah, that's my random thoughts 2 days after Christmas. And hopefully I'll put out another video. If you haven't seen it, my last video was where Santa Claus nuked the United States, just a tongue-in-cheek thing I did on Christmas Eve. And it just, what if, how bad would it be if we dropped 15 megaton, explosives all across, every major city, except for a couple, because I, didn't, I don't think I bombed Cincinnati. No, I did bomb Cincinnati, even though I like Cincinnati. I didn't bomb New Orleans because I felt like, they had already had Hurricane Katrina. And I didn't do Youngstown either for my man Ray Boom Boom Mancini. But I did do Providence. And so, unfortunately, I did apologize to Benny Pacienza. So, but it was just a tongue-in-cheek video. But I did that one. Posted a few of the cats around Christmas and everything, having a good old time in our Christmas village. And then I'm going to do some reviews too on some of the gym equipment we bought recently. So I hadn't seen any on YouTube, and I had looked out for them before I bought this stuff. So I really wanted to put these reviews out to help other people. Like I said, I don't take this channel super serious. It's just a thing I do on the side. So I do welcome interactions, and sometimes people will say some pretty stupid shit. I remember the fellow first video that really kind of took off, got 40,000 views, and before that most of my videos were getting like 100 views at best. And so I wasn't putting any thought that anybody except some random bots were going to watch it. And so it took off, and a lot of people watched it. A lot of people commented. One guy wrote something like, this is awful. This is fucking awful. It's barely watchable. And I thought, well, thank you, because barely watchable still means watchable, so it's a win, right? It's like, what a jackass. And there's a couple other people. There's some really good people that comment and everything too, and so I try to respond to everybody that comments, because it's not a big channel, and I feel like if they're going to take time to comment, even if it's something dickish, I want a response back. Unless it just doesn't make sense. Some guy left like 20 comments, and they were so off the wall. I have no idea what he was trying to say. There's one guy that just, every nuclear war video I post, he just like, absolutely, this is great. And I mean, he really wants nuclear war to happen. Some people post like I'm in favor of nuclear war, and sometimes I am reading the comments. I'm actually quite a bit in favor of it. I think, is it going to be such a bad thing? But I don't post because I'm in favor of it. I post because it's just something to do. It's entertaining to me to see what would happen under these certain circumstances. And of course, there's people saying, no, this would happen or that would happen. Well, you know what? The only way to know exactly what happens is to actually drop the bombs, and I don't possess the authority or capability to do that. So the best I can do is run some type of simulation that's only going to be so accurate, and probably not much. It's just like wargaming with a map and some cardboard shits. You can say realism. Well, how realistic is it? Because actual wars aren't fought with pieces of cardboard. They're fought with people and bullets and missiles and stuff and everything. So, when you comment like it's not very realistic, it's like, no shit. It's not super realistic. It just explores some different possibilities. It's like, but I appreciate your comment. I mean, it helps overall, channel growth and stuff, and more people watch, and more feel worthwhile. But, I mean, do you wake up in the morning and look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm going to do something positive. I'm going to point out to people that this isn't realistic. A computer simulation, I don't know, man. I feel like I want to do something more productive. But then again, I'm sitting here talking, staring at myself, talking. So I'm not that. I'm not better than you, apparently. I may be worse than you. Because all I've been doing for the last 15 minutes is looking at myself, criticizing the way I look, and trying to find an angle. I should consult some of these chicks on, some of these dating profiles. They seem to be really good at making a positive view for themselves. It used to be, they say the camera added 10 pounds, but somehow now the camera subtracts about 200 pounds. And of course the filters and everything, you know. Oh my God, it's so funny. One of my cousins, they posted a picture of themselves, and it was some type of app, and it was clearly like an AI generated picture. Most people were like, I love your hair, I love this stuff. Shiro, thank you. And I'm like, it's not a real picture, it's not even your hair. You know, why'd you take the compliment? I mean, anybody that did the thing, it just put their face on this stock photo of the same hair. It's like, you know, I get, you know, posting it's having fun or whatever, but why take the compliment? It was a riot. So I appreciated that, you know. And part of me actually thought it was really awesome to take the compliment. You know, it's just like me at work when somebody else does the work, but I get credit for it. I'm like, you know, it was tough. It was really, really hard. You know, you know, hey, if someone wants to give me a compliment, I'm gonna take it. So that's all. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.